Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Maximum Ink Music Magazine's video podcast. I'm your host, Teri Barr, and boy, am I happy to welcome in to this edition. If you don't know him, you're going to want to keep track this summer because Frank Laufenberg in two bands, always busy. And the greatest thing, Frank, you provided us with music during this whole last year. How are you doing, Frank?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy to have you here too.
Yeah. Anytime I can be talking to you, Terry, I'm good.
Oh, Frank, my heart. Hey, you really did. Over the last year, you not only did a lot of virtual shows for people, but you wrote a lot of new music too. Tell us more. Why did you think that was an important thing to be doing?
Well, I mean, what else was there to do? It just felt like it had to be. It felt like it had to be done. If you're a musician, you're gonna make music, and if you can't do it live, then I guess there's a little bit more time to write and record and put new stuff out there, and then do those virtual shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that I had to look at it as an opportunity, which at times it didn't, and I think Old Oaks' new album kind of dives into that topic as far as like there were dark moments for us, right? But
Yeah.
I think I guess the light at the end of the tunnel, or like to look at it in a bright way, is like it provided time to write and reflect on what we had, what we have, and yeah, provide a lot of great new material. I've heard a lot of other great albums come out, and both Old Oaks and WURK have some new songs out too. So yeah.
That's great. I'm glad you mentioned those are two bands that you are so busy and active with. Very different bands too. So tell us about each of them. And if someone is watching this, they've never heard of either Old Oaks or WURK, what could they expect if they look you up?
Okay, so WURK is like a funk rock kind of fusion-y party where sometimes we get pretty out there. It's a big band sound, so it's the drummer Max Mercury, his brother Miles Mercury on keys, Daniel Haschke on saxophone and flute, Carl Hippenbecker on trumpet and vocals. I'm on vocals, Miles on vocals, and Casey Seymour on bass guitar. It's like a really big band sound, but it's very big and party like.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, it's a party.
It's awesome. Wow.
And then there are moments in the show that we like kind of make you think too. There are moments where it's like, oh, this is I've got to contemplate what's going on. But Old Oaks is kind of like, I don't know, maybe like a singer-songwriter lounge, kind of like Dave Matthews Band in a more intimate setting meets like Neil Young or Eric Clapton or Bill Withers is one of our favorites to cover. And so it's a much more intimate sound. It's acoustic guitar with a loop pedal, still saxophone, flute, and I like to joke, but it is important, the egg shaker with Daniel Haschke.
Yeah.
And then the trio is rounded out with Claire Canapel on upright bass and vocals as well, with me on vocals and guitar. And in our most recent release, we also had Max, the drummer from WURK, join us on drums and percussion, and Miles also guested on one of the songs. So the band got a little more filled out for the studio session, but I would say overall, Old Oaks is acoustic, kind of lounge singer-songwriter, jazz pop, I guess.
You play, I mean, when you named all of those people and those two bands, you are so talented, but around you, you have really surrounded yourself with some amazing musicians too. Does that make you kind of step up what you do to have all of those people around you?
Definitely. I mean, I think that's the funnest way to get better at music, is to just surround yourself with people who are better than you, because it'll just constantly, you'll have to be reaching upward, and if you're surrounded by people who are better than you, then that's going to make you be the best self that you can be. I think so.
Well, I often hear people refer to you as one of the best guitar players in this area. And when I've watched some of your virtual solo things that you've done over the last year, wow, you stand up to that title. So I guess I want to ask you if it's okay if you would actually play a song for all of us right now.
Sure, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll play a groovy tune. This one is the favorite of our bass player in Old Oaks, Claire. This one's her favorite. And I guess it's as far as Spotify goes, this one has the most listens. So maybe it's a fan favorite too. And lastly, the other reason I'm choosing this is it's kind of like it's not a true story, but it's like this fake little fun story where there's some Madison references. So like, it's
Okay.
a little bit of home in a kind of fun way.
Gonna listen for it.
This one's called Dizzy. Are you dizzy yet? 'Cause you could walk away. And how much could you get if you stayed one more day? Just another day, just another day, just another down at the high noon. They'll pass in 1 and 2. We pass it, me and you. There's nothing left to do. It's just another day, it's just another day, it's just another day. Lost and strayed, 'cause you spent your pay on another day. Something's worth the wait, but you just scratch the itch. Smile and fake you're nice. You waited to pay full price on another day, on another day, on another. Crash it, hit the ditch. Oh, down on East Wash Ave. And when you tempted fate, and you stayed one more day, just another day, just another day, just another. Another day, lost and stray, 'cause you spent your pay on another day. Well, are you dizzy yet? 'Cause you could walk away. How much did you get on that one more day?
Woo!
Thanks, Teri.
Hey, and that is dance worthy. I was grooving. That was fun.
Yeah,
And boy,
yeah.
it hits you when you're like on that day and you're busy on that. It's like are we wasting our days? What are we doing with our days? That was
I know, it's
really
just another day. It's just another day. Like,
yeah. Oh
uh,
boy, that's going to be a sing along and a dance along song, though. I can see that already.
yeah, yeah. It helps a
Uh,
lot too when the bass player is there, and we, in the studio, and then also at these upcoming release shows, we're gonna have drums for that one too. So the
oh,
way Old Oaks is kind of organized is it can be as simple as acoustic guitar and voice, or it can be like, as big as like bringing in bass, saxophone,
whew.
drums, keyboards, electric guitars, maybe. But the idea is it's more of like a little bit more of a community thing, I guess,
Oh, I
going
can't
on.
wait to see this live. I cannot wait. Speaking of live, okay, I'm going to invite everybody to grab a pen because you're going to want to write some dates down. Frank, you have your album release show actually coming up. It's really going to
Yes,
happen. It's going to
it's
be
gonna happen.
live. Oh my gosh, tell us more.
Yes, so live at the Comeback In patio on May 28th,
May
Friday, May
28th.
28th,
Yeah.
from 6 to 9.
Ah,
And the show will be is going to be kind of organized where it ramps up throughout the night. So if you're thinking, hey, I just want to go listen to some acoustic music and get a happy hour cocktail, that'll be the 6 o'clock hour. And
ooh.
then it'll ramp up with some other stuff between 7 and 9, including actually we've got a special guest, Molly from the Civil Engineers is going to be joining us just for a
Woohoo!
couple songs. So yeah, so it's going to be a party when Molly's there. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fabulous. Okay, and I know you said Old Oaks has a couple of other shows. Obviously, that big one is going to be May 28th, but then you've got a
Yeah.
couple of other shows to celebrate your new music.
Yes, yeah. So we figured, okay, we're gonna be able to do in-person shows at this point. Let's book a couple in a row. So the following week, we're gonna play out in Mount Horeb at Brick Cider from 5 to 8 p.m. And that's on June 4th. And then
Okay.
June 5th, we're gonna be playing up at the Fox River House in Appleton. I'm not entirely sure what time,
Okay.
but if people follow us on Facebook or Instagram, or check out our website, oldoaksmusic.com,
Perfect.
they'll be sure to know about all those 3 shows.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. We'll come back to that again at the end and remind everybody in case you didn't grab a pen. We'll help you out so you make sure you get these dates down. Okay,
Yeah.
so Frank, how do you feel about tackling 10 questions with Teri right now?
Let me grab a pen. I don't know if I'll have time to think about it, but
Okay.
I'm
These
ready.
these
I've
are
got a
meant to be
pen.
fast and easy. Fast and
Okay,
easy.
that's
Okay.
good. That's good.
Where are you from? Where are you right now?
I'm from Mount Horeb, Wisconsin,
Uh-huh.
and I am right now in downtown Madison.
Okay, very cool. When did you start playing music? Your age and what did you play?
Well, I've been singing for as long as I can remember, and I got more like hooked on singing in 6th grade. So I think you're like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And I, at a similar time, started picking up the guitar. And then I got really into both singing and guitar in
Nice.
8th grade. And then it really bloomed in high school. So I guess
Aw.
started singing in church when I was 0.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember really being like, this is by far my favorite part of church, is like when we get to really sing some cool songs. And then more formally, I guess, starting at age 12, and then more seriously starting at age like 14 and 15.
That's awesome. And you must have had some support, parents, teachers who kind of
Yeah.
helped you.
Yeah, well, I've got an uncle who's a guitarist
Nice.
and was my neighbor growing up. So I'm really close with him, and he got me off the ground. And Mount Horeb is a fairly music community. Like, people can be band nerds and be the popular kids in Mount Horeb, which is great. I mean, at least, we didn't get picked on, or I didn't feel like I ever got picked on, and I was definitely doing the music kind of thing. So the music staff out there, Miss Dangerfield, Mr. Jansen, and actually Miss Dahlman back in middle school is the one who got me into singing. And then Mr. Messaloris, who's John Mess. He's a great bass player in the Madison area. He's like a professional bass player. He helped me learn more about jazz, and really he kind of pushed me a little more on guitar and made sure I was staying on track. And so all that staff and then some family very close by really helped, really just helped. People knew that I liked it. And so they were just like, oh yeah, that's great. Like, do it, like play some music. And
I love
my
it.
parents, would maybe every once in a while be like, could you do that like in another room, or we can like go outside if I was just like playing, and my mom would be like, okay, either talk to me or play guitar, don't do both at the same time. So I learned about boundaries that way, but they were very supportive in me playing, and they still are. I mean, they are some of my best fans, and if we need somebody to watch the merch table, my dad will do it, so they're great. I've got a lot of support on
and I'm so glad you got to give them all a shout out too. I just remember I learned to play saxophone in 6th grade, and there was a while I was banished to the basement for several years while learning. Eventually they grow to love it, but at the beginning it was pretty awful.
Yeah.
So if you were not a musician, what would you want to be?
Well, I'm kind of living the double life. I'm a musician, and I'm working on becoming a soil scientist.
No kidding.
So I'm kind of wearing those two hats.
That is incredible.
Yeah. It keeps me busy in a good way, I would say.
Excellent. So you're getting to do two things that you absolutely love. So that is so cool. Congrats. I love that.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, let's see. Why is there a reason, at least for you, and maybe you already sort of told us this, but why does music remain such an important thing for you to continue to do? Why is it special to you?
Ooh, it is. It makes me feel like nothing else does.
Yeah.
It calms me down if I'm upset. It can get me awake if I'm falling asleep. It is a language beyond languages that our mouth can speak, I guess. It's something that just really, I think it hits a chord literally that nothing else hits, at least for me, and I know for some other people, listeners and performers.
I have to agree. Thank you. That's a beautiful answer. Let's see. What instrument can you not live without? What do you always sort of have to have at hand?
Guitar.
Yes. I was hoping you would say that, or I would have thought, maybe I don't know you very well. Oh my gosh. Is there another artist that you really admire or that you enjoy? You guys don't do a lot of cover music, but if you do, is this an artist that you would like to play?
For work, probably Humphreys McGee
Oh,
and Fish. And like those old time funk stuff like the Meters and Herbie Hancock. And for Old Oaks, probably Bill Withers and Neil Young, I would say.
Ooh. And I have to say, I've heard you do Tom Petty too.
Yes, I did do a whole Tom Petty show, and that's great. That's great music too.
Oh, it was so good. And we were lucky. We actually had to have you visit us and do a song that I had never heard before. And you guys turned that into one of my very favorite Tom Petty songs. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
My goodness. Do you have a pet?
I have a lot of plants.
Okay.
I don't have, which I mean, there are definitely going to be some bugs with the plants.
Oh, you're funny. You are funny.
But I don't consider the bugs pets generally. The plants, maybe I consider the plants pets. I really like
Well, in your plants, I can see some behind you. They look like they're in pretty good shape. So way to go.
They're doing pretty well.
You're going to be great with the soil scientists because you obviously have a green thumb. So that's
I
that's
do. I do.
incredible.
Except for when
Okay.
I'm in the soil, then it's brown, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Do you prefer to bike, hike, drive a car, or walk?
Probably gonna say bike.
Yeah.
I really like biking.
Awesome. Okay. What are you looking forward to the most right now?
Live music,
Yeah.
probably. I mean, yeah, live music. With Butcher. I've gotten a few tastes of it, and I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm ready for it.
I can't wait to. What do you think makes you most proud about where you are right now with both or either of these bands?
Um, I'm really proud of the album that Old Oaks just put out the day before yesterday, and I am really proud. I mean, the 2019 Mamas and getting to play events like at Driftless Music Gardens, the drive-in show last year that WURK did, and then also People Fest and Bonfire, any of those festivals. I'm just really amazed and proud to get to play those places. Even like we played the Barrymore as part of the Lucid Streams thing WURK did, and that was just like, I've seen so many shows there. This feels amazing to be on this stage playing.
It is
So
a great venue,
I guess. And then with WURK and Old Oaks, just the more recent releases, I feel like we're really, both for WURK and for Old Oaks, we're really starting to like hone our product.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my gosh. What do you think you would say? Advice for, I don't even know if want you to have advice, or do you have words of wisdom, or someone else that might be watching this and maybe they got a little lost in the last year with their own music? Any words of advice or wisdom for people to just kind of get back on track and do this thing?
Yeah, I think it's just it's let me think about it.
I got you with this one.
You did kind of give me a taste. I would say just like, it's always there for you. It's kind of like riding a bike. If you haven't played the last year, you might have to dust the, dust off, or the
Right.
rust off, or
Yeah.
whatever's collected on your musical instrument or your musical skills. But it's not really about being the best. There are so many people. For me, I'm a guitarist, so it's just like, there are an infinite amount of people on the internet better than me at guitar. So you can't really look at it as a competition. I think it just should just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Sit down and just have fun with it. That would
There you go. Maybe that's why we all started, because it was fun, and then you forget that. So it's a good thing to go back to. Good idea.
Yeah, it does feel like work sometimes, but I think the level of reward out of it is a lot higher for the amount of work. Yeah.
Well, and the joy you bring to so many other people, in all those virtual shows. I don't know how many of you, and including you because you did so many, actually realize how you helped pull people through this last year because of the music. So thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching them too.
We all needed it. Yeah.
And making them making them felt, maybe if you have a deadline, making them at the deadline, you're like, this feels like a lot of stress and work, but also a lot of making those videos and stuff is fun if you have the time. So
yeah. All right, one more time for everybody who did grab their pens, including you. Where do we find you? Where do we follow you? How do we keep up, especially on these shows you have coming up on May 28th and June 4th, and then that third one as well?
Yeah. So oldoaksmusic.com is the easiest way to make sure you're following. You can get to our Bandcamp there and listen to our music and buy our music. You can get to our Facebook from there. That's one of our more active social medias. Also, our Instagram is pretty active.
Great.
And our YouTube page. I mean, we put out about a video every week or every other week, and you can like learn which one of our songs is the favorite, like, and how to play kalimba from Daniel, which is not a weird instrument. It's pretty cool. It's like a thumb piano.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So,
I've seen those.
So YouTube or mostly just go to our website, oldoaksmusic.com, and we'll keep you up to date through that. There's a newsletter on there too that you can sign up for. So that ensures that you get a little and it's not a very busy newsletter. It's like once a month we'll let you know, like, hey, we did this, check it out. You know, it'll be pretty short.
Perfect. And I want to tell everybody watching, please do it because you will not be disappointed. I know that for sure. Yeah. Frank Laufenberg, oh my gosh, you are a rock star. Thank you. Do you want to take us out with a song or even just a little tidbit of a tease of a song?
Yeah, sure. I'll play Light as a Feather. And yeah, this song is about, I'm not even going to introduce it. Just listen to the words. It's about.
And I have a shaker.
Yeah. Okay. That's really loud in my ears.
Yeah, I bet it was. Sorry.
This song is very percussive.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Yeah. So this one is about people sticking with people and also, crazy times at the same time. I'm right here beneath the scars. You're right here. We've come so far, love and fear, they know who we are, left unclear, a rock round the star. Went down to the coffee shop to find myself astray. I thought and couldn't stop today, seemed like yesterday. And the day before, not so far away, the day before yesterday. Well, cool breeze and pine trees sway, memories of those days, you and me. Light as a feather. Light as a feather, and I'm right here beneath the scars. You're right here. We've come so far. Love and fear, they know who we are, and left unclear. Rock round the star. Talking shop and the sun came out to play. Talked and couldn't stop. Let the topics fade away. There's a time of day when we all bend and we all break. In the corner, waiter dropped a tray. Drop in, drop out. They said, drop in, drop out. It's a deep breath in a big wave. They said, drop in, drop out. You can go or you can stay. They said, drop in, drop out, and fade the day away. 'Cause cool breeze and pine trees sway, memories of those days, you and me. Light as a feather.
There we go, you guys.
Well, I'm right here.
There you are.
I'm right here. Well, I'm right here. I'm right here. You can shake it here.
Oh.
towards the end. Sudden. Nice.
What? Oh, that was super fun. Thank you,
That was
Frank.
Slightly abridged version of that tune. The
Well,
full band tune on that has a really cool bass fill in it, and
nice.
there's a lot of that one's actually on our YouTube page. You can watch the studio recording of it.
That sounds great. And it'll give us something to look forward to at your upcoming shows as well.
Yes, it will.
Ah, Frank Laufenberg, you guys, he's in WURK. He's in Old Oaks. Look those up and then come join us when Old Oaks releases their new album with a live show. I'm so happy to be able to say that. A live show May 28th at, remind me again, Frank.
The Comeback In patio.
Yes, I didn't want to say the wrong one. I love that complex there. So yes, Comeback In patio.
Yeah.
Great setup. We'll see you there. And thank you so much for taking time to chat.
Yes. Thank you, Terry.
Oh my gosh.
And
absolutely my pleasure.
All right.
Okay,
all
bye,
right.
Frank.
Bye-bye.
Bye.